Hi, this is Jerry. I'm going to go over the basic mechanics involved in the diamond palm drop, which is essential to understanding the proper technique for diamond palm breaking. I've got my tower set up in my rock bag, so this is going to be a demonstration, partially training for me too. And there's an issue sometimes people want to dramatic, I'm just going to hit you and smack you and break you. The truth is, I really like the diamond palm approach because as I started it about a year ago to now, I don't have to do as much gross motor movement with my simpler brakes, the 2-inch brake, two 2-inch brakes. I don't have to lift as high, I don't have to move as much, but understanding the foundation of a technique in its gross form allows you to then transfer that energy and knowledge into a more compact version later. It doesn't matter how good you are at punching with power if you don't punch accurately and create the speed you need. And the fact is, it's the first time you ever punch something, it's not easy, and it's a little slower than it needs to be, and the more and more you do it, the faster you get. You can create power with less distance over time because you know how your body's supposed to move. So with the body drop, it's pretty simple. Stand to the side here, show how it should go. One of the things that I look to do when I'm dropping is I want to make sure the height is appropriate. I'm about 6'2", so for me, second tower top right here is high enough. This would be my target actually. I'll bring it up a little bit higher for a demonstration with the bag. Actually, let's take that off for a second. Alright, this is the height. Standard, typical, straightforward Jing approach is not left foot in front, right foot in front. Those are things that are part of it also. But to really concentrate on the body mechanics necessary for braking, a good horse stance in front of the target with your feet out a little bit instead of traditional horse stance with toes in. It's feet out. So what you want to do is you want to get comfortable with your knees bent, and it's sort of like swinging an axe. You want to be able to touch it and know that you're going to create force through it. You want to be comfortable and relaxed with a slight subtle tension. When you come up to strike, set your hips low. When you come up to strike, reach up, in long, that's a bad word. Stretch out the ribs and lift the hand up. You can go over your head, that's fine. Everything should be relaxed from the shoulder out. Up on your toes, and what you do is you drop. Notice what I did there was I dropped my heels to the ground and sat down first, and my hand followed my hips. Let the hips bring the hand down. That's the diamond palm strike. If you do it that way, you'll create power and force the way it was intended with traditional iron palm. In my estimation, my understanding, body movement plays a lot in technique. Bruce Lee's 1-inch punch. The target is 1 inch away. He sets a 1 inch away, from the target. But if you watch how his body mechanics move, he actually doesn't punch and stop an inch. He actually goes through the target. So look at the clearance you're making. So the idea, I was going to say argument, that's an aggressive word. The idea that you're producing shock and awe just doing that, it's not realistic. Okay, so some key things in body mechanics and movement and drop and all. If you're doing a strike, iron palm strike with left foot forward because I'm right-handed, what you're doing is you're creating torque. I call this torque, okay, oblique torque. Oblique, if I think about the oblique muscles of the stomach, they come from back here around the front, back here around the front. It's a twisting muscle to help you twist. There is a turn left to right and a crunch at the same time. That is oblique. So when you're striking, whether you're striking this way or not, let's go with traditional iron palm or iron hand. You're creating a turn. You're lifting up and out. You're creating a tension through the abdomen, which as I showed a minute ago, you're lifting up, but you're also turning. You're lifting your hand, and when you strike, your hip drops first. You create a spinning side motion. At the same time you're doing that, you're crunching your stomach and twisting your core to create the strike. So no matter how you're striking, even if I do a strike where I'm going here, and I can break from about this distance, you're still doing the same body mechanics you are from here to here. But you're learning the subtlety of movement as you go. So the idea that you can just go here and pop, not realistic, especially if you've never done it that way before. It would take a lot longer focusing on just pop, pop than it would be to start large motor. And what you see here, what I'm doing here is I'm also lifting back with my hips to throw forward, much like a punch. You know, you want to get the hips in it to punch properly. So, it's the same thing with iron palm. Even if you come across this way, there's still a shift forward. You come back, up, down. And what on impact is when you see your body crunching as it twists in. That's why I call it oblique torque. It is not just a crunch, it is a twist at the same time in your core. Your pelvis tilts up a little bit and you tighten. So, first break. Another thing I have a big thing about it is make sure you're using a foam book, about a 2-inch thick foam book for first breaking, for learning flat breaks. There is nothing on the human body that is designed and feels and has a texture of a piece of concrete. It should be about the joint art of conditioning and breaking, not hurting yourself. Because let me tell you, if you hurt yourself today, you can't train tomorrow. It's just the rule. You can't. If I hurt myself breaking today and I cut out my hand, I can't put jowl on because it's contraindicated. You're not supposed to put that stuff on your skin if you have big cuts. So your training's put off what? A week for that to heal? That's not a good thing. I believe you can condition every day if you want, or every other day if you want, or every few days if you want. It should be your choice, your way. So, let's go through body mechanics again. For the diamond palm drop, okay? I'm cut to the side so you can see me better. This is my target. I'm here. I want to be back a little bit so I create a subtle tension in my hand and arm to the target. When I put my hips just at the target level or lower, I lift up, and it looks like I'm lifting straight up. My hand is going up the center line, but I'm actually lifting and turning my shoulders a little bit, and then when I drop, that's what I'm doing. The key to this also is drop your butt into it like you're dropping on a seat. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with going up on your toes. It helps. And then just drop. That drop, the body drop, is what does the break. People misunderstand what iron palm breaking is. Iron palm breaking is true mechanics and body mechanics. Again, why drop? Because if I punch you, I'm not going. I'm body dropping on you. Matsubayashi Shorin-ryu, well, Matsubayashi-ryu with Amen, teaches that you punch dropping down or coming up to drive power. There's no other way about it. You're dropping your body weight down, forward, across, around to create and generate force. There's nothing wrong with body drop. As you get better, you will find that you don't need to drop as high. As I said, I have some videos, look for them, of me putting a brick to the side of the target about that high and dropping from about 3 inches higher than that. Boom! But I've taught my body how to make all these big motions happen on a small scale in an instant. And that just takes time. So I hope this video will help out. Give it a shot. Try the break exactly how I've showed it. There will be some slow-mo of the movements toward the back of the video. Thanks.